coming right down to the end. I'm not bringing it in because it'll start pulling this over. And that looks good. Okay. I even have one little pucker there I'm not so happy about. Whoa, sorry. I hope you heal quickly. Alright, so I'm going to push this down like that. Okay. And that's looking good. I'm cutting off the excess right now. Just start with these. Okay. How's that look? Besides all the little frays. Make sure you have a real clean working area too. It gets dirty really fast. Especially if you're putting on white. So how's that look? It's looking pretty nice, right? Not too bad. So now what we're going to do, looks even, looks very good. It's taut. So when you sit on it, it shouldn't have any dips or what have you, no puckering. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this little teeny bit and make the cording out of it. And I wanted to get the 3 pattern stripes in the center. That's why I didn't cut this off and save it over there for cording. I think it's going to look better if this is even and balanced rather than recording looks great at the bottom, though, doesn't it? It's not going to be too convincing. Okay, so what we're going to do is put right side to right side. I'm going to get my cording strip. It's a 1/2 inch thick, inch and a half thick, and just lay it there on the fabric. Take my pencil, make a mark. It's just a simple piece of wood I got out of a hardware store. Like I said, it's 1.5 inches thick, and simply cut this off. I'm going to need one more, I'm sure. Well, maybe need 2 more, so let's do a double. It's already stacked. Now, if you're doing a velvet, let's see what the other ones are. Anything with a pile, anything with a velvet, here's another one, I can't remember off the top of my head. Make sure that the cording is going in the right direction. That's very important because when the piles are going different directions, it looks terrible. You'll have a dark shadow here and then a light where you joined your cording. It's not going to look good. Trust me, they're going to point that out if you're doing it for a client or a friend will notice it and just smile gently. So, you don't want that. But this is not going to be a problem here. Okay? So now we're going to sew these together and put the cording of the upholstery cording, not the mop cording, in the sewing machine. Fold it over like this together, and we have a cording foot. Now you can use a zipper foot if you're using a homeowner machine, that's fine. Zipper foot's very small, gets right up to the cording, and make it as tight as you possibly can. You want it to be taut, and you don't want it to pucker or do something like this when it's making a turn. If it starts to get baggy, it's too loose. You need to make it tighter than that. So let me join these together on the sewing machine, and I'll show you how to do that real quick, how you set this up. Okay? Let me get this out of our way. This is the correct side. And you're going to move the sewing machine getting turned around a little bit. You're going to sew. This is the wrong side for this piece here. Correct side facing me, wrong side facing me. You're going to sew from this angle down. And then when you turn it over, you'll have an angle sew. And then when you go around your cording, it's less noticeable than if you did straight on. See, straight on, and you put it around the cording, it doesn't look as nice. So I'm going to show you one more time. This is correct side, wrong side for the top one, facing me. You take your needle, you just simply turn it like you say the needle's right here. You turn the needle, and you put the needle right there. So straight around here, straight down here, And then when you pull over your fabric, you're going to have an angle cut, which is going to look a lot nicer than if you just went straight on. So I'm going to sew this and I'll be right back. I wanted to sew this together to show you an example of what I was talking about when sewing your cording, and that is put these pieces together and you have an angle sew there, but I wanted to make sure that you make your stitch tight when you're joining these together. It's very important because if you're using really any fabric color, but if you're using a dark fabric color, the cording being white that is, or even a black, you will see that white cording underneath if your stitches are not close together. So make sure when you join these pieces together that it's the tightest stitch you can have. As well, one more important thing, when you're sewing your cording and you come to a seam like this, open the seam up, because you don't want to fold it over and then sew over top. It'll just be way too bulky. It's not going to look good. So open that seam up, then sew your cording. So those two ideas will make your cording look a little bit better. Now we have our cording here. And as we mentioned before, people look at Ottomans like this, or all of them really, at the long end, not the short end. So you're going to want your cording to start here. And that's where you're going to end your cording, and that's where your joint's going to be. So we're going to flip this over. We're going to take our cording and some scissors, staple gun, and we're going to hang it. Let me give you an angle here. We're going to hang it just right at the edge. Some upholsterers hang it over the edge, and some of them actually put it on top of the wood or the edge of it, so it has a solid surface. You can still see it. You don't see it as much. Some people hang it over. You can go either way. It's perfectly fine because we're going to put half-inch cardboard on top of this, which gives it some stability. But for now, I'm going to kind of hang it right in the middle. It's almost hanging over the edge. Okay, so it's pretty much in the middle there. Just put your staple in, like so. Go down. You don't have to put too many staples in. I'm almost hanging it over, okay? But you don't have to put too many staples in. When you come to your corner, make a little V cut like that, so it makes the turn pretty nice. Here's some of the problems when people are putting on cording. They'll pull too tight, and then around the around the corners, you don't see the cording. So make sure you don't pull it back so far you don't see it. I'm putting one right in the corner there. So I want to be able to see that. Don't keep pulling it too hard, even after you have the staple in. So taut is the word. These little threads are hanging off. See how this stiff cording is really the one for the job, rather than that soft mop cording. Years ago, just for a little trivia, they used to make cording out of jute and roll up the jute. I've seen in older pieces too. The edge roll, if you know what that is, it's on the front nose, if you would, of the piece of furniture where the cushion sits. People roll up newspaper in there in old pieces. I guess it was the Depression time. I tried to read some of it, but I couldn't get it out of it. It's crumbling. Okay, so we're coming to the end here. I snip that piece off. I don't like having two closure pieces. This is where I sewed at the sewing machine. I'm going to close it here. I don't want them that close, even though it's just a few more inches over. Personally,